Good evening and welcome to SnapShot. Tonight, the aftermath of the March for Australia rallies. On Sunday, August 31, thousands of Australians attended rallies held in all capital cities and regional towns calling for an end to mass immigration. Politicians from the major parties, both at the federal and state levels, condemned the rallies before they had even been held, saying hate, division and racism have no place in Australia. Present at the march in Canberra, however, were One Nation Senators Pauline Hanson, Malcolm Roberts and Tyrone Whitten. Bob Katter attended the Townsville March and at a press conference earlier in the week where the Katter's Australian Party, through their support behind the March for Australia, he took on Nine News reporter Josh Barvas, who raised his Lebanese heritage.
Well, you've got Lebanese heritage yourself.
Oh, mate, don't say that, because that irritates me, and I punch blokes in the mouth for saying that. Don't you dare say that. My family have been in this country for 140 years, right? So if you say anything like that, I have, on many occasions, punched blokes in the mouth, right? So I'm restraining myself today. Don't say it. I'm not listening to you. You're out.
The August 31 date was born from a viral TikTok video from an 18-year-old South Australian man who called for Australians to take this country back. This date was reposted across other social media platforms, particularly X. The momentum was unstoppable, but then the question was, who would be organising the marches? Beck Freedom, whose real name is Beck Walker, revealed herself to be the Sydney organiser. Ozpill, whose real name is Hugo Lennon, was announced by Beck as the Melbourne organiser. Freedom activists Joel Jamal, Topher Field and Craig Cole made videos voicing their displeasure at the lack of transparency about the marches and who would be speaking. X-Space audio was shared of Beck Freedom from a discussion about the Cronulla riots, where she said that we need violence. Beck apologised for this when interviewed by 2GB's Ben Fordham about the March for Australia. Another point of contention was Beck's statement that the National Socialist Network would be welcome at the marches since they shared the organisers' goals of ending mass migration. This was seized upon by so-called anti-racists who were planning to counter the marches. They were breaking off from the weekly pro-Palestine marches. They claimed that this statement meant that these were Nazi marches. But political and media condemnation of the marches did not deter turnout, with at least 10,000 attending the March for Australia in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, our three biggest capital cities. They easily outnumbered the pro-Palestine and counter-protestors. But it was in Melbourne where the militant socialist Antifa thugs are allowed to roam the streets with impunity that several marchers were attacked. The Melbourne March also had the largest contingent of uniformed National Socialist Network members in attendance who were at the front of the march when it went through the CBD. The NSN argued their presence at the front cleared the march route of communists. But their most controversial actions in Melbourne were pushing away Avi Yemeni and Rukshan Fernando while they were live streaming at the Flinders Street meeting place.
That's there's your Nazis. Look at them. Here we are. Fucking We're good. We're good. So you have the Nazis who so that is the group that most of the people here said they don't support. They forced their way in.
The reason why this confrontation occurred and the NSN members were chanting at Avi time to go is that it was payback from when Avi Yemeni got Nick Patterson to kick out NSN members from his pro-Christian rally after Black Nazi Deng Pao revealed in front of Avi Yemeni that he was wearing a Hail Hitler shirt. After the march had concluded, NSN members charged at the Aboriginal Camp Sovereign in the King's Domain. Sewell claimed this was self-defense after several NSN members were attacked nearby while going back to their cars, which also had Nazi spray painted on them. This was one of several clips uploaded across social media showing when the NSN charged the Camp Sovereign.
They're here. They've come. Please stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. Please. Stop. 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 No, stop fighting. Please stop fighting. Please stop fighting. Oh, God. Please just leave. No, stop. Oh, stop. Stop.
Hey, leave her alone. What the are you doing? Stay back.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You get back from me, you slut.
You get the phone here, okay?
Thomas Sewell was invited to speak at the Melbourne March and delivered what can be described as a normie-tailored speech, while in Sydney, NSN members Joel Davis and Jack Eltis spoke on the open mic explicitly in favour of a white Australia. Thomas Sewell is on trial this week at the Melbourne Magistrates Court on charges of intimidating a police officer. On his way to court today in a park through West Melbourne, he saw the Premier Jacinta Allen holding a press conference and decided to confront her about her condemnation of the March for Australia.
Do we need to pause for a tea?
Hey, Jacinda Allen, why don't you think Australians should have the right to protest? Hey, Jacinda, don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me.
Dylan.
Hey, Jacinda Allen, why don't you think Australians... Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your...
Dylan.
Yeah, you don't have to walk back. I'm at a safe distance. You don't have to put your hands on me. Hey, Jacinda Allen, why don't Australians have the right to protest? Why don't Australians have the right to protest? Why do you want to ban us for protesting?
Let's go.
Shouldn't we have the right to speak in our own country, you coward? Shouldn't we have the right to speak in our own country, you coward? Have your goons attacked me? You're a coward. And we're going to take this country back from politicians like you. I never see anyone shake your hand. I had 500 people come up to me and shake my hand on the weekend, and there was 50,000 of us.
The Premier was quickly whisked away as Thomas Sewell walked off.
Outside of the Magistrates' Court, Sewell told the assembled media that it was a coincidence that he encountered the Premier on his way to court.
I think Sky News was live with Jacinda Allen just then at a park just at the corner. And we're in the area, coincidentally walking down the court. And I'm not sure if it was a Sky News journalist. One of the journalists asked her about Thomas Sewell and whether, we should do this protest stuff. And I was just walking through the park as they mentioned my name. And I just said, Jacinta, why don't you allow Australians to protest? Why don't you want us to protest? And they just straight away, she just ran away like the coward she is. 3 of her security guards came, put their hands on me, but I just told them to back off. Like, they don't have the right to touch me. I didn't go anywhere near her. I was still like 5-10 meters away. But the security guards eventually backed off, and I just kept asking her, why shouldn't Australians have the right to protest? And that's what the fundamental issue is. Australians are fed up with immigration. There's just too much immigration. We want to stop immigration. And the politicians that serve the big banks, they serve the property lobbies, they serve the people that are destroying this country and making Australians suffer. They want us to shut up. They want us not to speak. They don't want us to protest. They're happy for everyone else to protest. But if you want to stop immigration, you're going to cost these corrupt politicians and bankers a lot of money. And that's why they hate us. That's why we're enemy number one to them, because we're going to cost them a lot of money. And when people like me take power, these people are going to be punished for the crimes they've committed against the Australian people. Hail Australia. Have a nice day.
Jacinda Allen released a video on her social media pages this afternoon reacting to Sewell confronting her at our press conference this morning.
I never expected to come face to face with a neo-Nazi in the early parts of a Tuesday morning at a press conference. But it reminded me of why the work my government is doing every single day to continue to support Victorians. Support Victorians regardless of which background they're from, whoever they pray to, whoever they love. That they have the right to do so freely and safely in our great state. And I'll continue to fight for every single Victorian and push back against this odious, evil behaviour of such a small number of people who I know. That's not who Victorians truly are, and I know this because over the course of today I've had the opportunity to be reminded time and time and time again that here in Victoria we're a fair society, we're a united society, we're a strong society. There is no place for this evil behaviour. There is no place for this division, and I'll keep fighting for the strong, fair Victoria we all know and love.
After Sewell's trial was adjourned this afternoon, he and NSN member Nathan Bull were arrested and charged with violent disorder over the Camp Sovereign confrontation. They're currently both in custody. Victoria Police complained about having to keep the peace at the March for Australia because they had sent up 450 of their officers to hunt down Desi Freeman in Paulpunka after he killed 2 of their police officers who were part of a team executing a search warrant on his property last Tuesday. Victoria Police now believe he is being safe-harbored by someone and is not hiding out in the high country. One of the march signs in Adelaide had Desi Freeman's face and name on it. A 39-year-old man who allegedly was holding the sign has been charged by South Australian Police with displaying offensive material in a public place. But because so many ordinary Australians attended the March for Australia, who heard about it online and didn't take seriously that Nazis could be present, as they hear so many people called Nazi these days that they consider it's lost a lot of its meaning, the success of the turnout of the rallies and so many Australian flags, and the fact that it was peaceful in all the other cities apart from Melbourne, turned many skeptics and critics into supporters of the March for Australia. However, the Immigration Minister Tony Burke today announced that there would be no change to the Albanese government's plan to make 185,000 permanent visas available for 2025-26. There are more marches for Australia planned. Freedom-aligned groups are planning a nationwide rally on Saturday, 13th of September, against government corruption. Stay with us as we will continue to cover the aftermath and also the future of the March for Australia and other pro-Australia rallies against the direction our government is taking us in. I'm Tim Wilms, and that's Snapshot. Good night.